Hey, yo, it's your boy Post. You're now tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. Now, I am live three places right now. I am live on YouTube, X, and Kick. So we are now live on Kick. So we are live on YouTube, X, and Kick. Now I'm going to let this music play for a couple seconds. Now, these are all beats by me, Post Beats, Post the Mogul, Post everything, right? Now, you're now tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. Now, we got a couple different stories tonight, couple different nuances, couple different perspectives, couple different everything, right? Now, let's go right into the first report. So, the first report, this guy right here, before this picture popped right up, I was gonna try to save the picture. So this guy right here on the screen is a murder suspect from Washington State. Now they found him in Los Angeles. Now, if you gave me a piece of paper to draw what an axe murderer looks like, this guy would be one of my. I hate to judge people by looks, but if you gave me a piece of paper and I could actually draw what this guy looks like, and you said draw an axe murderer, this dude, I mean, literally looks like the Joker, right? Now I got a couple different pictures. Let me see if they're gonna show the pictures in a report, but let's find out what this guy actually did or what didn't he do.
For a Washington State murder suspect comes to an end right here in Southern California. This is the KTLA 5 News at 3. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. We're told that the murder suspect is now in custody.
The manhunt intensified after his car was found abandoned in Calabasas. KTLA 5's Lauren Lister joining us now live with details on the suspect's capture. Lauren.
Yeah, Glenn and Lou, major breaking developments in this case. Less than 48 hours after the suspect's vehicle was discovered in this Calabasas parking lot by LA County Sheriff's deputies, we've now learned that the suspect has been captured, taken into custody by LAPD Olympic Division. Let's jump into some video. This is the man that the manhunt has been on for, spanning 1,000 miles, beginning in Washington State a week ago and reaching.
Yo, look at my man's picture, yo. It's another picture they got floating on. Look at my man's picture. My man looked like the Joker, the Grim Reaper, and the Scream Mask all together. So my man right here looks like the Joker, the Grim Reaper, and the Scream Mask rolled all in one.
A week ago and reaching Southern California this week. Now, we don't know more details about exactly how or where he was captured by LAPD. We're getting this information so far by Longview Police and LA County Sheriffs, working to get more details from LA Police Department. 51-year-old Alexander Lee Rogers, though, we can confirm is in custody. Police say they suspect him in the murder.
Yo, look at my man. My man looks like, listen, he looks like Dolph, what's his name? What's my man? Dolph Lundgren. If he dies, he dies. My man looks like the if he dies, dude. You know what I'm saying? He definitely looks like the if he dies, he dies. Now, this is the dude. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Would you invite this dude listen, ladies, this is for the ladies. would you invite this dude over for mom's roast beef? Pause. No, is that a pause? I don't know if that's quite a pause. So, ladies, would you invite this dude over for mom's roast beef? Now, I'm going to go back to the first picture. Let's let this play out, and then I want you to look at my man's picture, right? Ladies, you all could have saved society some trouble by letting this man smash. So I'm going to repeat that again. Ladies, you all could have saved society some trouble by letting this man just smash, right? Now we got, what's his name? Let's find out his name. Then we got Meatball Face, the axe murderer.
Of 64-year-old Don Peters and attempted murder of Don's 73-year-old brother-in-law, Andrew. Let's show you some photos we have of Dawn provided by her family. The family has just been completely devastated by her loss. The two were stabbed in their family home August 5th, where they live with two other relatives. Their nephew says the suspect did handyman work at the home and says his uncle was barely able to alert authorities after being stabbed.
Got him in the throat over here. I think before he passed out, he was able to stand up and spin around and hit the medical alert button on the alarm system to trigger the cops. That's why it initially came across as just a medical alert. Nobody knew of the horror that hid behind it until whoever showed up first on the scene.
Police would soon discover that horror, and doorbell video appears to show Rogers entering the Peters house that morning of the murders on the 5th.
So
now, the motive remains a mystery. Family says they just have no clue why anyone would want to hurt Dawn or Andrew, describing Dawn as someone who takes care of everyone. Now, back out here live, we are expecting to hear more details about just what went into this arrest. LAPD's.
So we killed somebody he know. Right? So I'm not saying that that's any better, but that's not really serial. But he's a murder suspect. And from this picture, my man looks like Meatball Face, the murderer. You know what I'm saying? He definitely looks like a murder suspect. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. My man looks like Meatball Face, the murderer right here. Now, this right here, in this case, they're saying he actually knew the person. It really doesn't matter. After you murder somebody, it really doesn't matter. But they're saying he actually knew the person, and there's no motive. So we don't know what happened. We don't know if it was an altercation. We don't know what actually happened in that case. So I'll keep an eye on that and see if we can find more about that case. But my man definitely looks like a murderer to me on there. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. Now, I'm going back to Philly. Here in Philly, I'm in Philadelphia. Here in Philly, they are robbing everything but a job. So these dudes in Philly, they're doing everything but getting a job. So we had a Brinks. There's about, in the last month or two, there's about 5 Brinks truck robberies, right? So we just had one literally yesterday. Now this one right here, this happened maybe a month ago, right? Maybe less than a month ago at Home Depot. Now they caught these guys at Home Depot. Now this is not the one from yesterday. This is a whole different set of criminals, allegedly. So let's see what's going on here.
The robbery back in June was an inside job, and today they detailed just how they were able to track down the suspects. Action News reporter Annie McCormick live at Independence Mall with details and new video of one of the arrests. Annie.
Yeah, Alicia, that's right. The 3 people arrested are all facing charges in connection with the June 21st armored truck heist in Port Richmond. And according to authorities, one of those suspects was a Brinks employee who has since been fired.
This video taken on August 5th shows FBI and Philadelphia police SWAT teams surround a North Philadelphia home. Police say at least one arrest was made here in connection to this armored truck heist June 21st in Port Richmond. This Brinks truck with a lone driver inside was robbed of $2 million, and they robbed the driver's gun. 30-year-old Deshaun Hughes Marchison, Brian Wallace, and Trayvon Jackson, both 31, are all from Philadelphia and were arrested. Investigators say Jackson was a Brinks employee and this was an inside job.
Where we were able to recover the majority of that
Dumbass.
money that was taken from the Brinks truck, along with a number of assets of high dollar.
Now, excuse me, my man had a job and did an inside job. So I said these guys need to get a job. In this case, these are dudes that have a job and they don't want to earn their check. They don't want to invest their own money they get. They want to rob and set up for more money. Excuse me.
Amount, and additionally, a large number of assault rifles and handguns as well.
This is one of our most formidable partnerships we have. We have officers detailed to the task force here. And it's a force multiplier.
Two of the defendants were armed and robbed the driver. A third suspect followed the duo as they fled. Authorities say they connected vehicles used in the heist plus cell phone data to the suspects. The Philadelphia region has seen a slew of armored truck heists in recent months, as recently as yesterday in Cheltenham. We asked if any of them could be connected to this job.
Whether or not they're part of a larger network or ring, that we haven't seen yet, but it doesn't mean that we can definitively rule it out at this point.
Now, investigators are still collecting evidence in those other cases. As for this case, those defendants are facing federal time. We're live along Independence Mall. Annie McCormick, Channel 6, Action News.
So listen, so you gonna get bedtime. You getting fed time, bedtime for committing that crime, right? Fed time, no bedtime, right? So you thought it was bread time. Now you got fed time. You know what I mean? We could rap, we could riddle, we could rhyme, but your ass is going to jail, my man. You're going to jail. You're not going to jail. You're going to Giselle. Giselle. And I ain't talking about Tom Brady wife. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is going to jail. Like real rap. Like I said, you going to Giselle. And I ain't talking about Tom Brady wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all going to do with the money? You can't spend it. You can't go buy no car. Now, let me go into this. So everybody out there, right? If you do DoorDash or you do some type of delivery service, you got to be careful out there, because I'm going to show you why on this case right here. You know you got to be careful out there, but let's actually find out what happened on this case right here. It says
driver in the high desert.
Let's go to KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk right.
Is on tonight for a missing Uber Eats driver in the high desert.
Let's go to KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk right now. Mike, investigators say he hasn't been seen since late last month.
Yeah, I wanted Susie. This Michael Senya is the Uber Eats driver. He was last seen actually while he was working late in July, and they haven't seen him since. I want to show you his photo here so we can get the word out. This is from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. This happened up in the Apple Valley area on July 29th. They say he was last seen leaving his home in a light blue Toyota Corolla and headed to work to deliver for Uber Eats. They say that night he never came home, and they have not seen him since. His whereabouts are currently unknown. He's 33 years old, and as I mentioned, his name is Michael Senya. Stands about 5'7", 110 pounds. Tonight, the San Bernardino Sheriff's Office says that right now they don't have any reason to believe that his disappearance may be suspicious in nature, but certainly there is concern that he was last seen on an Uber Eats run and never came home. Guys?
All right, Mike, thank you so much.
So, yo, I'm going to give you, so on that guy right there, right, I'm going to give you a couple different scenarios.
This search is on tonight from.
Hold up. I'm going to give you a couple different scenarios. Either somebody kidnapped him, which is the biggest concern right here, or my man gets high, and you know, people when they get high, they disappear like that. You know what I'm saying? They go out, make some money, they get high, and they disappear. But he's missing, and that's the most important thing. And you know, for his family, wait till he gets found. But it's a couple different scenarios right there. But the unknown is the unknown. So right now he's missing. If you're going out to do Uber Eats or DoorDash or Lyft or Uber, definitely be careful. Definitely got to be careful out here, because there's some wild stuff going on out here. So you definitely want to be careful if you're doing. You got to get your money, man. You got to get your money. To me, they should okay drivers that you should be able to have your license to openly carry your gun on you. You know what I mean? You should be able to carry a gun on you when you doing, like, especially Uber Eats, delivering food. You got to get out the car. People trying to set you up. People really poor out here, man. They'll for a little Happy Meal, they'll rob you for a little Happy Meal, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even just joking. People will rob you for a little Happy Meal. They will literally rob. So let me see what's going on with this right here, right? So let me see something. Well, I just jumped, took a leap. So this sounds like something diabolical. It says husband, woman arrested after allegedly having. It says husband, woman arrested for allegedly having wife's car set on fire. I think this. It says. I think they wrote this wrong. It says husband, woman arrested for allegedly having wife's car set on fire with her in it. I think it should be man arrested. I think they wrote that wrong. Because how the hell did the woman get arrested? Or is it a plot twist or what? So is it a plot? Let's see if it's a plot twist. I know I'm not going crazy, but let's see if it's a little plot twist.
Setting his wife's car on fire with her inside. This happened last month on North Front Street in downtown Memphis. And now tonight, that husband has been charged with second-degree murder.
Fox 13 Sierra Jordan joining us from the North Main Precinct in Sierra.
So they wrote the report wrong. So they put the YouTube thumbnail is wrong right there. It says husband, and then it says comma, woman arrested for allegedly having wives. They mean to say man arrested. So somebody did a typo.
A woman was also arrested in this case. Sierra Jordan joining us from the North Main Precinct in Sierra. A woman was also arrested in this case.
That's what it is.
That's right, Carolyn. According to Memphis police, the husband has a girlfriend who was also arrested. She's been charged with attempted second-degree murder. And as for the victim, she did escape the car fire and is expected to be okay. But police say this is not the first time she's been involved in a domestic incident with her husband.
We have to take a stand against domestic violence.
Fire trucks and police responded to South 2nd Street on July 30th. Memphis police say a woman escaped a terrifying attack.
Yo, before I play the rest of this, y'all are saying take a stand against domestic violence, but that's only when it happens to a woman, yo. Because like I said, we just watched Sha'Carri obviously is the aggressor in her relationship and whooping ass. We just watched Sha'Carri still get her endorsements after putting hands on her significant other in the airport, and they're both public figures, athletes. So do we really want to hear that? Because y'all don't hold the same energy.
When her husband, 44-year-old Travis Davison,
and
the incident with her husband.
We have to take a stand against domestic violence.
Fire trucks and police responded to South 2nd Street on July 30th. Memphis police say a woman escaped a terrifying attack when her husband, 44-year-old Travis Davison, and his girlfriend, Jessica Rios, had set her car on fire with her inside.
It can no longer be swept under the rug. It is not right. It is not fair. It is affecting so many families.
MPD
Yo, but that's like an in general, it's like that's an in general talking point. There's nothing wrong with what this person said. That's an in general talking point. We know we have to do something about domestic violence, but this right here, this is some new shit. This is some Bunny and Clyde, get rid of the ex-girlfriend type shit. This is in a whole nother category. You know what I'm saying? Like the husband, the boy, hold up. The boyfriend and girlfriend try to go set the ex's car on fire. It's more to that story. Two wrongs don't make a right, but it's a lot. So if you just tuning in on my screen right here, these are the two suspects. The boy, this is the boyfriend. These two are now together now. Let's just say that. So these two are now together now, right? And so these two are now together. My fault. So these two are now together right now, right? Both of them, boyfriend and girlfriend, set his ex's car on fire. So the new girlfriend said, "I got something for her. We gonna set her car on fire. We gonna look." Now, I agree that you want to start over, you want to hit the reset button on your new relationship, but not like this. So you want to hit the reset button on your new relationship, my man, but not like this, right? So like I said, it's good to hit the reset button on your new relationship, but you don't want to wind up in jail. You don't want to burn the person's car to a crispy Pop-Tart crisp. You know what I'm saying? Say that 5 times. Crispy Pop-Tart, crispy tarty crisp. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they tried to do. Let's check out more details.
Had set her car on fire with her inside.
It can no longer
Damn.
be swept under the rug. It is not right. It is not fair. It is affecting so many families.
MPD said it all started when 3 vehicles parked in front of the woman's 2010 Chevy Camaro on South 2nd Street. The woman told police that she heard a phone conversation on Bluetooth coming from one of the vehicles, a black BMW. Police say she heard a male's voice telling a person in a silver SUV to light it up. She says she recognized it as her husband's voice. Police say the suspect poured gasoline on this side of the vehicle. You could actually still see the damage it left behind. Then if we walk over to the other side of the
They tried
car,
to barbecue her
police
ass.
say the victim climbed out of the passenger window to escape the flames. But according to MPD, this was not the first time the victim has suffered violence from her husband. Ring camera video shows another incident back in March. Court records show the victim had a protection order against her husband. Despite this, Davison and Rios both showed up at her home, threatened her and her family with a gun. Both were charged with aggravated assault, but released on a $50,000 bond. Months later, her life was nearly taken.
We can file different paperworks and we can, press charges
They tried to get her ass out the wizard. That's what happened.
and all of that, but people will still get released. They can find you.
Tanika Ellington knows the devastating toll of domestic abuse. She says she lost her 2 children and survived a shooting by her daughter's abuser. Now, her foundation supports survivors fighting to break the cycle of violence, one family at a time.
We know how it is.
Yo, is that for the man or for the woman, yo? Because we just watched a lady in DC blow her husband's head off.
We watched it firsthand. And we don't want to see what happened to our baby. Our goal is to give people hope they're going through, no matter what they're facing.
Again, both suspects are charged with attempted.
Yo, why did they use this person's case as an opportunity to promote her case? You know what I'm saying? Now I know they got the foundation. But it's just it's two different things here. This is more. This is some elaborate. This is like some family, like Lifetime channel type shit. You know what I'm saying? The new boyfriend, the girlfriend try to blow up the ex-girlfriend's car and all type of stuff like that. So this is not the same thing. I don't condone none of it. Not saying that, but this is not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now let's check out the chat. From the Philly house. I know my man's talking right there. I don't know what this is right there. Oh, I just signed up. That's funny. So we're now on Kick. They sending me messages from from Kick. So we're live. So somebody, look, my man says, Mr. Nobody says, God damn. God damn. Yeah, they try to set her car on fire. I'm gonna go back a little bit, right? Look at they poured gasoline on the car too. Now we already know Camaro is a death trap. Low ass roof, ain't no head. Look at the back of the car. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Let me go back. Let me look at the car. So the boyfriend, him and his new girlfriend try to set the ex's car on fire. Now, two wrongs don't make a right. I'm gonna just stay at this picture. Look at the back of the car, the Camaro right there. They try to charbroil that. They used the wrong gasoline. Why didn't the car? Hey, now the lady survived, but why didn't the car catch on fire? They must have been using that watered down gasoline. You know what I'm saying? But yo, they definitely going to jail just for the attempt of that. They ass is going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Just for the attempt. So just for the attempt of this, they ass is going to jail. Now, super diabolical. I'm gonna put them on the screen there. So I'm gonna put these people back on the screen, the boyfriend and girlfriend. So I want you to see two people who are about to eat soap sandwiches. So these are two people that are about to eat soap sandwiches in jail because you thought it was a good idea. So instead of you and your girl going down to Walmart getting a boxes of cereal, you thought it was a good idea for you and your new girl. So listen, I can't even get it out. So instead of your new girl going down to Walmart or Costco's and getting a box of cereal and some deodorant, you thought it was a good idea for you and your new girlfriend to go pour gasoline on your ex-girlfriend's car, and the shit didn't even blow up. And now your black ass is going to jail. So listen, so y'all black ass is about to sit in jail because you wouldn't take your ass down to Costco's and like you were supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what y'all thinking out here, man. Like I said, they ain't going to jail, they going to Giselle. And like I said, they going to Giselle. I ain't talking about Tom Brady's wife. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Atlanta. Let's find out what ain't happening in Atlanta. This story came out, I believe, a couple days ago. This story came out maybe a couple days ago, but I want to see what the hell is going on. Yo, they always say all of the drug dealers and scammers moved to Atlanta. So let's see what they got going on there. Now, they were doing this in Philadelphia. I did a report on this same thing about 7-Elevens in Philadelphia. So what I'm showing you now, I did a report about Philadelphia. They were doing the same exact thing.
Metro to hopefully protect consumers. Fox 5's Kevin Stewart has the details.
From East Point to downtown, Forest Park to College Park, the Secret Service, USDA, and more are looking for this. Skimmers secretly attached to debit card keypads designed to steal your money, steal EBT info.
The goal here is to do whatever we can.
Woo, I got an EBT story for y'all.
Here is to do whatever we can to reduce the amount of EBT fraud in the country.
A nationwide effort has landed in Metro Atlanta Thursday and Friday and turned up at least 40 skimmers this time. A nationwide effort that has determined Metro Atlanta, by percentage, is the second most common place to find skimmers, just behind New York City. The investigation is very specific.
We're looking for, EBT theft. We're looking at the stores that a lot of the consumers would use who are using EBT. We would see that in some of the dollar stores, Dollar Tree type places. You'd see it in a Walmart. So there's no telling what you're going to see, but we try and look at the analytics.
Take a look.
There's different models.
Damn.
Some might fit over the entire piece like that.
A Secret Service analyst shows us what the skimmers look like, what to look for, but most are easy to miss. How easily can you put those things on?
Just put it on. 2 seconds. Like that.
Damn.
That's how fast it happens. So what will happen is they'll go into a store. This point of sale is right in front of the cashier. They'll say, hey, can I get a pack of cigarettes? Cashier will turn around, pop it right on, done. Just like that.
Authorities say sometimes it can be an inside job, but that's not common. This, they say, is about transnational crime rings.
People who need the food most who are suffering, and it's a taxpayer that is suffering.
That was Fox 5's Kevin Stewart reporting for us. Officials say if the numbers on the keypad don't quite line up or it comes apart really easily, walk away and find another credit card machine.
Yo, first of all, I wouldn't even go in that damn store after that.
Some hemp companies say new.
So, yo, I wouldn't even go in that store after that. Take this off the screen. So, yo, so 100. See something. Make sure I look like a Chinese movie. Ha, ha, yeah. Yo, so listen, 100%. I wouldn't go in that store. She's saying go use another credit card machine. I wouldn't even go in that store after that because we don't know if the store owners are doing it or if somebody's randomly doing it. But to me, if I have a store, I would check my machines like every 5 minutes just to see if people putting stuff on my machines. But that happened in Philly. I did a report on that a little while ago. That was in Georgia. So they scamming everywhere. It's not just Georgia. They out here skimming, scraping, and scamming everywhere. Now, I want to take a look at this, right? And I want to know what y'all think about this. Now, I'm in Philly, right? The last time we had the National Guard come in Philly was like the protests, right? When they were protesting. I don't know. I think it was George Floyd, right? Now, this is Mayor Eric, former mayor, not the mayor no more, right? So this is Eric Adams' opinion on Now, I actually want your opinion, but I'm just trying to gather some information right now. Now, you know that Donald Trump, let me go to this other view. So Donald Trump is releasing federal police in DC. I've been seeing videos all week on social media about Donald Trump releasing federal police in Washington, D.C. Now, I want to know what you think about Donald Trump or the idea. Separate Donald Trump, right? Separate Donald Trump from this idea. The idea of anybody using federal police to go into local residencies. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just trying to gather some information about it. So I don't know how I feel about it yet. You know, I got a couple different scenarios. I don't know how I feel about it. But if you send federal police in to neighborhoods cross country, isn't that why do you need regular police? So sending in federal police means you distrust the regular police process, or you trying to play checkers and jump over the police process. Now, we already got dirty cops. Imagine if you have dirty military federal cops. It's going to be real bad out here. It ain't going to be good out here. You know what I mean? Who's going to investigate them is what I want to know.
Is pushing back on the president's suggestion that he may send troops here to New York City as well.
And he's not alone. Governor Hochul is also condemning the suggestion that federal force is needed. Let's get right to Good Day's Briella Tomasetti. She joins us this morning with more. Briella, good morning.
Tashani and Robert, good morning. Mayor Adams made it clear that he doesn't want a National Guard takeover here in New York City, insisting that the NYPD can handle whatever comes its way. He did note, though, in a late-night TV appearance that the federal government could help fight crime in the Big Apple by coming up with tighter gun legislation.
This is the safest big city in America, and you're seeing the numbers continue to decrease. If the federal government wants to partner with us to go after some real laws to stop dangerous people from having guns, those with mental health issues getting access to guns, we look forward to having that coordination in that manner.
National Guard troops reported for duty yesterday morning in Washington after President Trump declared a public safety emergency in the nation's capital. 800 soldiers will be deployed alongside hundreds of federal agents and local officers who the White House says made nearly 24 arrests on Monday.
A total of 6 illegal handguns were seized off of District of Columbia streets as part of last night's effort. This is only the beginning.
The president can legally take over the police force for 30 days. After that, Congress would need to sign off on it. According to the D.C. Police Department's own numbers, violent crime is at a 30-year low, but homicides remain a major concern. The police chief and mayor say they were blindsided by Trump's takeover, but they're willing to cooperate.
I'm going to rely on the police chief to work with her counterparts to make sure people are being deployed in a useful way.
Find another job. Here in New York, Governor Hochul strongly condemned the prospect of a federal takeover and said she'll do everything in her power to prevent the president from sending in troops. Last year, Hochul deployed National Guard members into the subway system to combat a surge in transit violence, but she drew a distinction between their role as a deterrent for crime without making arrests and what Trump is doing with them. At an unrelated press conference in Queens, she said if he crosses that bright line and decides that the 32,000 dedicated members of the NYPD are not doing their jobs, if he's going to stand there and insult our law enforcement officers, I think there'll be people in outrage over that alone. Democratic mayoral nominee Zohran Mamdani.
Now, this is the thing where I said this is the thing where I don't really know now with this issue. This is where I disagree. All right, so I don't want like a super martial law takeover, right? That's the first thing I think about when government, when government actually. So let me go to this. So if the government actually sends directly in and the government is policing everything, I don't want there to be like a super martial law takeover of government, and then people defy directly against the government. Then you got like a civil war thing going on, right? It's no layers in between that. You can't go to the courts about the cops. I mean, you're directly fighting the government if you fighting against stuff. In the same token, these Democrats that want to stop Donald Trump don't have an alternative. Listen, so the Democrats, right? Obviously, the Democrats, right? That don't want Donald Trump to implement this FBI government police takeover don't have an alternate solution. So they don't have an alternative to Donald Trump's solution. So the liberals and Democrats who don't want Donald Trump to implement FBI government takeover don't have an alternative solution. They don't. So they absolutely don't have an alternative. What's the alternative, right? You know what I'm saying? You know how you got Tide, you got the bleach alternative. What's the alternative to the bleach? You know what I'm saying? So Donald Trump is the bleach, and then you got Democrats. Do you got the bleach alternative, the Tide? How else is the shit going to get done? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. So what's the solution? So this is to anybody that's a Democrat or to a liberal. Put Donald Trump somewhere in a box, right? That's what you want to do anyway, right? Put him somewhere over here. You don't know who he is or whatever, right? Just the idea of the military coming in. What's the other solution for that? Because whatever you're doing now, the shit ain't working. So I'm gonna repeat that again. Whatever Democrat or whoever, whatever you've been doing now is not working. It's not working in DC. It's not working in New York. It's not working in Philadelphia. It's damn sure not working in Los Angeles or Chicago or somewhere like Miami, and it ain't working in Texas, right? So what's the alternative solution, right? Do you make a new form? Should they make a new form of police? Like some type of should they fuse it together, military police or in every town? Now, I seen a video on social media where the cops were just walking up talking to the guys. They didn't really run down on them, but they're talking to these guys sitting on the steps and stuff like that. But what makes this whole thing just a big, like a big chest bulge by Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Is what makes this him just trying to flex is you only got 3 years left, my man. Like after 3 years, these military police are going to disappear and all the drug dealers and trappers are going to keep on trapping. So let's just say it's a junior drug dealer, right? In 3 years, they're going to be trapping and capping after Donald Trump is out of office. So what's a long-term solution? This is all short-term legacy solutions by Donald Trump. Trying to run real quick numbers up, then take the numbers to Congress. So to me, Donald Trump is trying to not saying that this is right or wrong, right? He wants to run the numbers up and then take it to Congress, and he wants the autonomy to send in the military police wherever. Now, to me, why would you stretch our military thin? There's not but so much military, right? Not unless they're going to implement a draft. And yo, if y'all if y'all little kids about to turn 18, 21, you better listen. All of y'all playing around and playing video games and all that, and you around that that 15 to 21 age, you better start getting into politics and paying attention to what they got going on. Because if they implement a draft, that's your ass. If they implement a draft, that's your little ass. Y'all going to war. You know what I'm saying? They might send some of the old dudes to war too, but the draft is, you know what I'm saying? Selective service. Now, should they send women to the selective service? That's a whole big controversy, right? I think everybody goes. I think if you could pull a trigger, your ass should be in a selective service. So I repeat that again. If you can pull a trigger, you should be in a selective. If you could walk, if both legs are working and you can pull a trigger, you should be in a selective service. Male, female, him, shim. Whatever you is, you should be in a selective service, right? Because you could vote. If you could vote, voting should be parallel with the selective service, right? If you register to vote, you register to be in a selective service. So that's how I feel about it. Equal opportunity, gun grabbers, pause. You know what I'm saying? So equal opportunity military service. That's how I think it should be done. Now back to this Donald Trump. Now this is in New York, right? Now I'm in Philadelphia. Philadelphia needs the military police, Jesus, and Rambo. We need everything that we could get here because you got a whole drug crisis by itself in Philadelphia. Now I don't even know if they would spend so much if the military police came to Philadelphia, those dudes would quit their jobs. So I'm gonna repeat that again. If they sent the military police, these FBI police walking around Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia, they would quit their jobs before they dealt with the drugs, the needles. You would be exposed to so much fentanyl just locking people up that those dudes would quit their jobs. They would go AWOL. So them dudes walking around poking their chest out and all that, they couldn't handle. I don't think they could stomach or handle Philadelphia. Now, the walking around DC, it looked cute, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. They're walking around with their chest poked out and all of that. If you're not from these places, yo, like, DC might be the top floor of hell. If you come to Philly, it's one of the bottom floors of hell. So I don't even know if those cops, the military cops, the cops here in Philly can't mentally handle what's going on. That's why it keeps going on. They really can't. A lot of cops, right? Now I'm not pointing cops out, but they're like human beings. Human beings can't mentally handle what's really going on out here. Bodies laying on the ground, all type of stuff. Is nowhere in the world you going to take some white boy or somebody from the suburbs and they sign up for this and they're going to be able to handle just a bunch of dead bodies and zombies all the time laying around without some type of PTSD. So Donald Trump, you got to be careful what you ask for. You want listen, it's probably less PTSD, right, in the desert than it is sending them to Philly. I'm gonna warn you. You send them to Philly, right? You sending them to hell's bottom. Tell you is the bottom floor of hell, damn near. So I don't know if it's a good idea altogether. You know what I mean? You would have to really evaluate those military police. You gotta mentally evaluate them before you send them to Philadelphia. Kensington Avenue, yo, you could try it, but I don't know. And then just say I'm gonna give you an example, right? I'm gonna give you an example. Just say you literally just send those military police. Now this is some Philly stuff, right? Just say you literally send those police to Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia. You will spend so much time just locking up drug addicts that you will not be able to even find or get to the drug dealers. So I repeat that again. You will spend so much time locking up drug addicts. You will probably spend years just locking up drug addicts that the drug dealers will just blend out. You know what I'm saying? And while you're locking up all the drug addicts, you're exposed directly to fentanyl and trank. You know what I'm saying? Super fentanyl, trank, and they got a new one called Fly Sky. So it's a new drug called Fly Sky, which is another form of horse tranquilizer. So you gotta pick these people up. This shit is gonna be in your pores, all type of stuff. Go ahead, Trump. Go ahead and send them to Philly. And I want to see how all these military police. You will have to wear a hazmat suit in order for them to come to Philly just to go to Kensington Avenue, right? Good luck trying to lock all these drug addicts up without getting fentanyl in your system while you're trying to lock them up. So I'll repeat that again. Good luck. Good luck to you, military police in DC, coming to Philadelphia, trying to lock the thousands of drug addicts up that are concentrated in one place on fentanyl without getting it in your system. Good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? You probably will survive in Vietnam better than you will in Philadelphia if they send the military police to Philadelphia. Like, you got to really think stuff out. You know what I'm saying? When these presidents and these governors and these mayors, they're sitting back in them little offices, they're not on the streets really thinking things out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what common sense turns off when people get in office. You're not 100% thinking them out, right? Now I'm just using Philadelphia. He sends in the military police. See, they're only thinking about the hoodlums with the guns. You have to literally lock up thousands of people that are on drugs. Now, this is if you come to Philadelphia, you have to literally lock up thousands and thousands of people that are on drugs in Philadelphia. Good luck to you not getting no fentanyl in your system. Good luck to you. That's what I got to say about that. So it sounds good. And like I said, Donald Trump is poking his chest out about the military police, but man, y'all gotta lock all these drug addicts up. You're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about that. So that was Eric Adams, and that was actually New York. But I don't think that is 100% going to work out the way they think it is. Because this lady is like, oh, they gather guns off the street. These people are so green, like they're so oblivious to what's really going on. That little small ass amount of guns. Like, are you serious? So they have, people in office have absolutely no idea what the fuck is going on. Because just arresting the drug addicts alone, the military police is going to be hit and hurt if they come to Philadelphia. I'm 100% 100 on that. Like half of them is going to be fentanyl on your system, locking all them people up. So I don't know what the hell they thinking about. You got a better chance of going into space in a spacesuit before you come to Philly and lock all these fentanyl heads up and send the military police here. But good luck to you. I'm not signing up for that job. I can tell you that. And I guarantee you a lot of people will quit their job. There's going to be a lot of them Because these are people that just sign up for jobs. They're gonna be like, no, you can't pay me enough to go to Philadelphia. And I hope it ain't no black military cops out there. They're gonna send all y'all to Philadelphia. If you black, I don't know if you want to sign up for that one, my man. They gonna send you to Philly. Them FBI cops and all that, they're gonna send you right to Philly, and you're gonna be swimming in fentanyl and whatever else they invent. Listen, we are now on Kick. So right now I'm streaming on YouTube, Kick, and X Live. Make sure you go to hoodactionnews.com. I want to know your opinions, but all I gotta say, like my man said right here, god damn, about everything I talked about. You know what I mean? But also in the same token, God is good, and I hope y'all believe in him because y'all gonna need him, especially after this news week. Definitely gonna need him. But listen, make sure you always listen. Comment in the chat when you come up here. I want to know what y'all think. Definitely drop comments in the chat. This is basically like a public news channel. I should have named it that, the public news channel. But I want to know, what y'all thinking out on the streets about that. What y'all thinking. Don't come up here and incriminate yourself, but I want to know what y'all thinking, right? Listen, it's hoodactionnews.com. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and be safe out there. It's your boy Post. I'm Izzo.